Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Helen. This is Bastian, making himself comfortable. Today I have for you a 30-minute vinyasa flow designed to help build strength and some openness in your lower body. This is really great for runners, cyclists, hikers, avid walkers, and if you are just generally tighter in your quads, your glutes, hips, lower back, this one's for you. So make sure that you're wearing something comfortable, and if you've got tightness in your hamstrings, maybe some blocks or a strap, and let's go. So we're going to start today in balasana, in child's pose. So from kneeling, bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees as wide as your mat, and bring your bum down to your heels. Start to walk your hands towards the top of your mat and rest your head wherever it lands. Maybe let the head hang heavy. If you prefer to rest your forehead on a block or the floor, then you can do that. And just bringing your attention to your breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. It's activating your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering your cortisol zone, your levels, and calming yourself down, basically. And then sealing up your lips, and breathing in and out through your nose. And gently pushing yourself up into a tabletop position. So bringing your knees underneath your hips, separate your feet. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Taking a cat-cow here. Inhale to arch the spine. And exhale to round the spine. So we're mobilizing into our spine right now. Hydrating our fascia. Inhale to arch. And exhale to round the spine. Inhale back to a neutral spine. So coming into a puppy dog pose here, keeping your hips where they are and just walking the hands out away from you. And again, melting your heart down. Maybe the forehead reaches the floor. And if you want to, you can tent up onto your fingertips, finding a deeper stretch here in the shoulders. If that's a bit too much, then just keep the hands down. And imagine with every exhale, you're melting the heart further down towards the floor. Keeping the hips up high over your knees. And then walking your hands back in towards your body. And taking a few shoulder rolls here. Lovely. And back into a neutral spine. So tucking your toes under, take a big inhale. And when you're ready for an exhale, lift the hips up and back. You're in downward facing dog. So don't worry about the heels touching the floor, and the knees can be soft here if they want to be. And find this nice full back body stretch. Then keep your left heel encouraging it down towards the floor as you reach your right leg up. And draw your knee to your nose and place the foot on the floor all the way up in between your hands, lowering the knee down to the floor. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So on an inhale, reaching your arms up alongside your ears. We're opening up our hips, our psoas. All of these muscles are shortened by running and cycling and hiking. And it's really good to open these muscles here across the top of the left hip here. Big inhale. And on an exhale, straighten this right leg. Run your arms alongside your body. Flex that right foot for a half split. Inhale, rebend the knee. And your hands can be on the floor for this if you're a bit wobbly today. Otherwise, up alongside your ears. Exhale, half split. Flexing that right foot. So beginning to work into some balance activating our stabilizing muscles. Inhale and exhale, lubricating the joints. Inhale, all the way back into your low lunge. And this time, exhale, bring your hands down to frame your right foot. Pick up your left knee by tucking the left toes under and send your foot back. You're in a plank pose. Big inhale here. Exhale, straight back into downward facing dog. Encourage that right heel down to the floor as you lift the left leg. And draw the knee to the nose and place the foot on the floor in between your hands, lowering your right knee, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So we're all the way on the very, very top of that right kneecap. So we're not directly on it in the middle. It's not like a kneel, it's a lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straightening this left leg, running your arms alongside your body. Again, hands can be on the floor if this is wobbly for you. Keep this left foot flexed. So making this dynamic, inhale, bend that left knee, run your arms alongside your ears maybe, or keep them on the floor, it's up to you. Exhale, half split. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale. Straighten the leg. Inhale. Bend the knee, reach the arms up alongside your ears. And this time, exhale, bring the hands down, framing that left foot to step the left foot back to meet the right. You're in plank pose. Big inhale. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back into downward facing dog. So from your downward facing dog, bring your gaze in between your hands, soften the knees, and just walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. On an inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise all the way up to the top. And bringing your hands through to your heart center. And then alongside your body, Tadasana, mountain pose. So bring your big toes together to touch, separate your heels by about an inch. Take a deep bend in both of your knees and send your arms behind you as if you're skiing. Inhale, brush your fingertips along the floor and then bring your arms alongside your ears, chair pose, Utkatasana. So activating our glutes, our quads, and our core. We're also strengthening our knees. And this kind of mimics the muscles, the use of the muscles that we use when we're running, hiking, or doing anything uphill. So this is really great for knee strength, stabilization. And bringing your hands through to your heart center, picking your right knee up, hugging it into your chest, and then sending it all the way behind you as far as you can for a high crescent lunge. Adjust the feet if you need to, and then reach your arms up alongside your ears. So similar to our low lunge on the floor, stretching into our hip flexor here. And at this time, strengthening into this quad and this knee. Big inhale. Exhale, bringing that right hand down to the floor on the inside of your left foot. Vajrasthana, side plank. So step this foot back to meet the right. Stacking one foot on top of the other, squeeze your glutes, lift up out of this right supporting shoulder and reaching those left fingers towards the ceiling. So this is really great for your oblique strength, these waist muscles, shoulder strength, lifting up, breathe, breathe, breathe. So having a strong core and a strong waist and a strong glute is really great, especially if you're running or hiking on uneven terrain. All of these muscles being strong and active can really support you in that. Big inhale. Exhale, bring this top hand down, make your way into a plank pose. Big inhale here. And exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And bringing your gaze in between your hands, softening your knees, and just make your way all the way back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, folding forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise all the way up to the top. Samasthiti, bring your hands through to your heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Separate your heels by about an inch, big toes are touching, bend the knees, send the arms behind you. Inhale, bring the arms up alongside your ears, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bringing your hands through to your heart center, picking up your left knee, big step back. You're in a high crescent lunge. So you're on the ball of that left foot, pulling that right hip into its socket. Big inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the floor on the inside of your right foot, setting up for our side plank. So step this right foot back to meet the left. Squeeze the glutes, lift up out of that left supporting shoulder and try and touch the ceiling. Reach for it. Really activate through those right fingers. It really helps. Breathe. Hold it just a little longer. Big inhale. And exhale, bring that top hand down, making your way into a plank pose. Big inhale here. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then raising your right leg, keeping the left heel down, stretching into the back of that left leg. Bending your right knee, bring the knee to your nose, and then place the foot on the floor in between your hands. Rise up on the inhale, back into your high crescent lunge. This time, running your arms alongside your torso, tilt the torso to about a 40-degree angle. We're going to transition into our warrior 3 here. So start to shift your weight forwards into this right leg and get lighter and lighter on this left leg until it floats. You're in warrior 3. And bring your hands to wherever you want to. They can stay alongside your body, you can come to your heart, you can hold on to the bricks, anything that you want to do. Nice. And then softening through this right knee enough just to land that left foot back again. You're back in your high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, open out into warrior 2. So pulling this left hip open, right knee doesn't move. Lower the left heel in the back. Arms are shoulder height. Straighten this right leg, parallel the feet, toes are slightly pigeon-toed. On an inhale, shine the heart to the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forwards, flat back, prasarita. Maybe bringing your arms somewhere on the outside of your legs here. Drawing the crown of your head down towards the floor. Again, if the floor is really far away, use your bricks, build the ground up to you. Keep pressing down into your toes so you haven't sent the weight into your heels. If your head is on the floor, bring the feet closer together so that you're not crunching your neck. This particular exercise here is not about how close you get your head to the floor. It's about this back stretch, leg stretch, getting into our adductors here, our inner thighs, our hamstrings, our hips. So again, if your head is on the floor, just bring the feet closer together so you've got space. And on an inhale, coming all the way back up to the top. Turning your right toes back towards the top of your mat to bend that knee. You're back in warrior 2. Take a big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms around to frame your right foot and step your right foot back to meet the left. Plank pose, big inhale. Exhale, straight to downward facing dog. So encourage that right heel down as you lift that left leg. And then drawing your knee to your nose and place the foot on the floor in between your hands. Rise up on the inhale, high crescent lunge. And running your arms alongside your torso, tilt the torso to a 40-degree angle. Again, starting to shift the weight forwards as you float this right leg. You're in warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Lifting up out of this left supporting hip. Nice. Landing that foot in the back. On an inhale, coming back into your high crescent lunge. Exhale, opening out into warrior 2. Strong through the arms, soft through the shoulders, tucking the pelvis under. And then straightening that left leg to parallel your feet. Toes are slightly pigeon-toed. This time, interlacing your fingers together behind your back, or take a strap if your shoulders are tight. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. On an inhale, draw the knuckles towards the floor behind you as you lift your heart towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge at the hips with a flat back and bring your knuckles up and over the top of your head as you draw the crown of your head towards the floor. Keep pressing down into your toes. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Keep breathing. And imagine someone's pulling you up by your hands. On an inhale, coming all the way back up to the top. Release your interlace. As you turn your left toes back to the top of the mat, you're back in your warrior 2. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms around to frame your left foot. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Big inhale here. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, keep the hips up high, keep the legs as straight as reasonable, and keep your gaze in the direction of your navel, coming into turbo dog. So press down into your finger pads and take a deep bend in both of your elbows. Keep drawing the navel in and keep wrapping the elbows in towards each other. And hold the elbows 1 inch off of the floor. Really building up your shoulder stability, upper arm strength. Keep sending the shoulders softly away from your ears. And then allow gravity to win. Allow the elbows to rest on the floor. You're in a dolphin pose. Walking the feet out, back away from you. Maybe adjust your arms if you need to. We're coming into a forearm plank. So your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Your forearms have made a number 11. You're tucking your pelvis under and you're breathing. This is really good for core strength, shoulder strength, hip, glute, the whole body is working here. Big inhale. Exhale, bring your hips down to the floor, point your toes. You're in a sphinx pose. Adjust your arms if you need to keep those elbows underneath your shoulders. And draw your heart forwards. Imagine you're using your arms to try and drag your body along the floor. It's quite an active pose, even in its stillness. Big inhale. Exhale, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders as you tap the floor with your nose. Push back through a tabletop position, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. So from your downward facing dog, bending your knees, you're going to come and sit down. So making your way there however you want to. Bringing the hips down to the floor and sending the legs out in front of you for Dandasana, staff pose. So imagine someone's taken their hands into your armpits and they're trying to pull your torso out of your pelvis. Straighten the legs as much as reasonable, but keep the back flat. So if the knees need to be soft, that's fine, let them be soft. Feet are flexed, navel is drawing in, shoulders are soft and down. Basically the equivalent of Tadasana, our mountain pose, with the obvious difference that we're sitting on the floor. We're going into Paschimottanasana, a forward fold. Inhale your arms up alongside your ears and exhale, hinge forwards with a flat back and bring your hands to wherever they reach, whether it's your thighs, your shins, your feet. You can use a strap here if you want to. And keep your back flat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And it's not visible. And keeping it all active. We haven't melted down. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up to the top, run your arms alongside your ears. Exhale, the arms down to the side. So bringing your hands to the floor behind you, bending your knees, and crossing your right ankle over your left knee, and keep this right foot really flexed. So coming into a seated pigeon, and let the effort of this stretch come from the length of your lower back. So notice if you kind of round the back here, you lose some of that stretch in that right hip. So use your arms to lengthen through the back and activate into that outer hip, that glute, that piriformis. If you need more, bring this left heel closer towards your left hip. Lengthen the spine even more, and maybe even taking a bind, wrapping your arms in front of your legs, around your knees, taking a hold of wherever you reach, keeping the back flat. Right foot flexed to protect your knee. And then bring your hands down back to the floor if they're not there already. Keeping your foot where it is, the right foot where it is, and allow the foot to gently fall over to the left. So the right foot comes all the way to the ground and then come up to sit. So we want to get our right femur bone, this bony bit of your bum that you sit on, all the way to the floor. Bring your right hand to the floor at the base of your spine. Inhale your left fingers up towards the ceiling, and exhale, twist. Bring your outer left elbow to your outer right knee. And maybe bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Big inhale. And exhale, unravel everything. And bring your hands back behind you, picking up this right hip, just to send your legs out in front of you. And shake it off, roll it off. Nice. We're coming back into staff pose, Dandasana. Hands are resting on the floor next to your hips. Feet are flexed. Inhale, the arms up, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Again, bringing your hands to wherever they reach. So if you keep looking forwards, that's the direction that you're going to go in. We tend to move where we look. So if you look down, you'll round down and round the back. So keep it long. And on an inhale, all the way back up to the top. Exhale, the arms down to the side. Bending your knees, crossing your left ankle over the right. And just acknowledging each side's probably going to feel different because we don't evenly distribute our tension. It would be very useful if we did, but we don't. So one side might need more than the other or less. So kind of working that out for yourself. So maybe staying here. Again, maybe bringing that right foot closer to your right glute, keeping this left foot flexed at all times. Maybe even coming into, I like to call this a little yogi cuddle, wrapping your arms around your knees and just taking a hold of wherever you reach, but keeping the back long. The back hasn't collapsed here. I'm going to bring those hands back to the floor if they left the floor. And then bringing this left foot all the way down to the right, and just making sure that you've got some space here for this left femur bone to come down. Left hand to the floor at the base of your spine. On an inhale, reaching your right fingers up. Exhale, twist outer right elbow to your outer left knee. Maybe bringing your gaze over your left shoulder. Drawing your navel in to protect your lower back. And stretching our obliques here. Our waist muscles. As well as realigning our spine and taking care of any misalignment that may have occurred. Big inhale. Exhale, unravel everything. Bring your hands behind you. Extend your legs back out in front of you and just shake them up. Nice. So bending your knees, scooch down a little bit so you've got some space to lie down behind you. Run your arms alongside your legs. Draw the navel in and roll down slowly. If this isn't comfortable, you can bring your hands down to brace you. Otherwise, you're pressing down into your feet as you roll slowly all the way down. And bringing your feet a little bit closer in, allowing the knees to fall open, the soles of the feet come together for Supta Baddha Konasana. If you are uncomfortable here, you can place a brick underneath each knee for some extra support. And just softly close your eyes and allow yourself to settle, allow yourself to receive all of this work that you've just done. All of this very specific movement will support you in your recovery post-run. If you are a regular runner or walker or hiker or cyclist, all of this stuff is so good. Strengthening those crucial muscles you need for those activities, lengthening them, keeping them supple, hydrating your fascia. So just enjoy all of that, just receive all of those benefits. Breathing gently in and out through your nose. And rolling over onto one side, it doesn't matter which. And gently pushing yourself up to sit. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Well, thank you so much for sharing your practice, for coming along and doing this runner's yoga flow together. I hope that you liked the video. If you did so, please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. If you have any questions, any requests, any videos that you'd like me to make, do pop it in the comments or just say hello. I'd love to hear from you. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever it is that you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.